Good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel Bullets Garage. Friday morning, I'm driving to work, and I want to talk to you guys about why I chose the Lexus GS F versus the other cars that I was looking at. So basically, let's get into it. The other cars that I was looking at were a 2014 BMW M5 competition pack with about 33,000 miles on it. The other car was a 2015 E63S AMG, which had about 25,000 miles on it. And the car that I thought I was going to be buying personally, because I just fell in love with this car from day one when they announced it, was the 2017 Camaro ZL1. I loved how the car looked. The power, the 650 horsepower, 6-speed manual. That was just a beast muscle car that I thought, that's the car for me. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna have. But I went to a couple dealerships once they got them, and I'm in Chicago, so a lot of dealerships weren't getting allocations for the ZL1. So the two that kind of were local to me that did get it, you know, they had them in the showroom. They didn't let me test drive it, but I was able to sit in it, get a great feel for it. And the thing that I didn't like about it was how claustrophobic it felt inside. I mean, like people say on other car reviews, you feel like you're sitting in a bunker, the visibility's not great, yada yada yada, and it's basically pretty true. I mean, you could get used to it. It's not a deal breaker, but for me, I wasn't a fan coming from a GTI that has great visibility. I was so used to having so much space inside, where this Camaro, I mean, you couldn't even move in it. So, you know, I drove a regular SS. I test drove it. Great car. I could only imagine how much faster ZL1 would have felt, but I mean, I didn't want another small car, so that's what kind of pushed me away from it once I sat in it and drove the SS. So then I started looking at the other two, which was the M5 and the E63S. So with the E63S 2015, so it's the redesigned face, great power, all-wheel drive. It had decently low mileage. They were asking, I believe, originally they were asking like 72 for it. Months went down, and I think they were like at 65 for it. So price-wise for what that car was new, which was I think over 100,000, was real nice. And then the M5, which was competition pack, 33,000 miles on it. It only had about 8 months of warranty left on it, which really kind of, I mean, I love the M5 how it looks, but it kind of pushed me away with that warranty, because you can't buy a BMW and not have it certified pre-owned with an extended warranty on it, because stuff breaks on those cars, it's known. So having a car with no warranty, especially an M car, is just not the best of ideas. But I asked the dealer how much would it be additional to get an extended warranty on it, and I think it was like $5,000 on top of that, on top of the price that they were asking for. So, I mean, basically, those two cars were out of the question then. And when I went to look at that E63S at my buddy's dealership, he's like, you know what? We actually just traded in the GSF, or they sold it at auction. So I was like, you know, that sucks. But he's like, have you ever considered a GSF? And I'm like, and honestly, I haven't, because, you know, all the cars that I was looking at were well above 500 horsepower, because that's what I thought I wanted and what I needed. So the GSF was not even a contender in my book, until I went to the dealership, and he's like, well, I have one. Since you're here, let's go test drive it. He had a red colored one. We took it out on the highway, did some pulls, and I was pleasantly surprised how this big of a car that weighs, I think, 41,000 pounds, it moved, and it moved well, and it felt so nimble on the road, quick steering, agile, especially when you put it in Sport Plus mode. It really comes alive and moves. The interior was phenomenal compared to the other two. So after I drove this car, I was like, you know what? I gotta start looking into these things. So that's what I did. I went on cars.com, found a white one because I wasn't real a fan of the red colored one that he had. I found a white one, and here I am with it today. I mean, I got it with an extended warranty for well under, I mean, very close to my max budget, and the car is certified. I don't have to worry about reliability because it's a Lexus. It's going to be reliable. And I mean, if you're spending that much money, you want a car that's going to be quick, reliable, dependable, looking good. And with this car, it looks phenomenal. If you see it in person, it looks so amazing. Don't listen to what the people on reviews says that the car doesn't flow with the front end. It looks mean as fuck, and I love it. That's basically why I chose the GS F over the other cars. So if you have any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next video.